Fall season's here, so back with Tera Lawlar, the head volleyball coach for another year. You start off with Cokeville like you do as always, and then you go to a different tournament the week after, the Highland High over in Pocatello. What was the decision process for going there this year?
I believe it was more of a transportation and a cost savings decision, so we're not spending as many nights in Gillette, not as long of a trip. That being said, we're excited to meet new teams and to face off teams that we won't see during the state or during our in-state competition. So we're excited for 2 fun tournaments and looking forward to see what we can learn and how we can grow during those 2 weekends.
I was looking at the schedule for the Highland tournament. You're in a pool with South Fremont and Boise, and then another larger school. So you do have it's 28 teams in all, pools A through G. So certainly through Idaho, it looks like it's most of the bigger schools. So it's a lot closer, but you should be getting a high level of competition, it seems like, similar to Gillette.
Absolutely. We saw the list of teams, and at that time we were yet to be pooled with any of them, but I think a lot of them we do see over the summer at UVU. That's nice. I do think we actually played South Fremont at the UVU tournament, and so we definitely have our work cut out for us. We know some of those larger schools in Idaho are fabulous. A lot of 5-time state champions that were on the list, but I'd rather play the best and get better and maybe not have the wins and losses that we necessarily want, but if we can come home being a better team, it will be a great tournament for us.
You have Gillette in your pool for the Cokeville Invitational again. Was that by design?
It was. We requested that if we're going to potentially see them at the state tournament, we'd like to see them earlier, especially when we're both at the Cokeville tournament. So we're excited for that match, definitely, and I know that they're going to be ready for some revenge.
In that match, you'll have 2 of the top outside hitters from the state in Kalina Smith, and then you're Caitlin Freeland. Kalina last year was a player that you went up against, and she was shocking to start, but I believe you beat them in 3 sets, and then they came back the next day and beat you, and then you didn't face them again until the state tournament when you ended up getting them in an exciting 4-set match. But what do you see when you see Kalina? What type of player do you see in her?
She's exciting to watch. I mean, she brings a lot of energy. She has a lot of emotion, and definitely as a senior this year, I think she's going to be ready to make her impact. But on the flip side, like you mentioned, we have some really great hitters of our own, and we're excited on the type of players that we have. Caitlin's a great team player, and she's playing all the way around very solidly. She did that at summer camps, and I'm sure she'll do the same this season. Kalina is a great player. She has a wicked jump serve. She probably tosses the ball higher for her jump serve than anyone I've seen in 18 years as an opponent. But it's also high risk, high reward. So we just need to be ready to get our feet under the ball for those tough serves and hopefully get a play on that serve. She also hits really well, front row and back row, so our blockers will be teeing up on her, and hopefully we get a W there.
The Olympics were going on, and I know a couple weeks ago I was watching the Russian team play, the Russians men team. That was probably the hardest I'd ever seen a team hit. Have you got any chance to catch up on some Olympic volleyball?
We absolutely have. In fact, on the first day of two-a-days, we mentioned to the girls, who's been watching indoor or sand, and if they could name some American players, and it was kind of quiet. So by chance, the next day of two-a-days, they came back with a list of players, and it truly made them have to sit down and actually watch. And they were impressed on how well those girls read and how hard those guys hit. It's been fun and a lot of great exposure for the sport of volleyball.
It's Coach Tera Lawlar with the first edition of the Coach's Corner. Many more to come. Thanks so much.
Thank you.